And today we're talking about testosterone, a very important hormone, especially if you're wanting to buff up, get jacked, make gains, and get stronger. You need it. You need testosterone for that stuff. Good, healthy levels of it are essential for making all of that happen. And testosterone isn't just good for making gains, it helps all sorts of other stuff in the body. It supports the body's natural growth hormone, which is key to keeping the body youthful and energized. It supports our libidos, so if you want to have a good time, you're definitely going to want your testosterone levels in check. It also helps with our mood, and it even helps with our levels of motivation and drive. Do you ever feel super lethargic and super lazy, like you're lacking the willingness to put in any sort of effort into anything productive? I'm looking at you, Netflix bingers. Yeah, it's possible you're suffering from some lower testosterone levels and you're gonna want to get it in check before it spirals into anything worse. And this doesn't just go for just guys. Testosterone is the main male sex hormone, but women need small amounts of testosterone too. They need it to keep estrogen in check and balance with itself so that they don't get an overload of it. That can lead to things like depression, weight gain, hormonal changes, or just an overall imbalance of sex hormones in the body. You listening, ladies? Any of this sound familiar to any of you? Guys, you want to build muscle, stay strong, stay healthy, stay motivated, stay sane? You want to make sure you're not doing anything that's going to be hurting your T levels and that you're doing everything you can to get them up and get them stable. So in order to help you do that, today we're going over 5 of the main testosterone killers you want to avoid and 5 of the main testosterone boosters you want to start practicing. So let's get right into this one. Number 1, one of the biggest testosterone killers, being inactive, being too sedentary, not moving and working your body enough, just spending most of your time sitting around, laying around, napping, even though you haven't really done anything physically demanding that would tire you out into needing a nap. All these sorts of things translate to lower testosterone levels, and if you constantly do these things, it's only going to hurt those levels even worse. Your body is a well-oiled machine, and in order to stay that way, stay working properly, you've got to work it. So what you want to do instead of all this to boost your testosterone is, of course, get more active, exercise, work out. It's not rocket science. There's plenty of research and studies out there that find that people who exercise regularly have higher testosterone levels than those who don't. These studies even show that exercise helps increase testosterone levels in the elderly, as well as improving their overall fitness and their reaction time. If you're overweight, simply increasing your physical activity is going to help increase your testosterone levels, and the byproduct benefit of that is more rapid weight loss results. If you're underweight, working out with resistance training like lifting weights and doing calisthenics is one of the best types of exercise to boost testosterone in both the short term and the long term. Any sort of exercise, any type of workout really is going to help you improve your testosterone levels. So stop being lazy, stop sitting around, get active, exercise, work out. Number 2, the next biggest testosterone killer is eating poorly, eating like crap, having an improper, unbalanced diet. Just like your activity levels, what you eat has a major impact on testosterone levels. So if you're constantly overeating, that's gonna mess them up. If you're constantly dieting and over-restricting yourself, that's gonna mess them up. Constantly eating heavily processed foods, foods super high in fat, foods super high in refined sugars, and food that's far from being anything close to natural is gonna disrupt healthy testosterone levels. So of course, what you wanna do instead is pay better attention to your diet, pay better attention to your calorie intake and what you're putting into your body, and structure your diet to be based more so around whole foods, foods in their most natural form with a good healthy balance between fats, carbs, and protein. Fats are gonna help stabilize a lot of your hormones and bodily processes. Carbs are going to be your main energy source that are going to power you through the day and power you through your workouts. Protein is going to help you maintain, repair, recover, and regrow your muscles. These are all associated and relate back to your testosterone levels, so you need all of these macronutrients to keep your hormones at healthy levels, as well as your overall health at healthy levels. And you also need the right mix of micronutrients, that's vitamins, minerals, which is why it's really important to get in more natural whole foods like fruits and veggies into your system on a consistent basis. Now, does this mean you shouldn't have junk food at all? No. Don't restrict yourself of things you love, especially food. It's one of life's simplest pleasures, right? You just don't want to overdo it, okay? Everything in balance, everything in moderation. And I'll have a companion video to this one covering all of the dieting, food, and nutrition aspects relating to testosterone levels over on the Super Vegan channel. And links will be up on the screen and down in the description for that one, so make sure you don't miss it. Number 3, the next big testosterone killer is high stress and high cortisol levels. If you're constantly stressed out, it's causing unnatural elevations of cortisol in your body, and this can drastically affect and reduce your testosterone levels because these two hormones, cortisol and testosterone, they work in a seesaw-like manner. So when one goes up, the other goes down. So you can guess when you get stressed out, the cortisol is tipping the scales unfavorably for testosterone. And stress and high cortisol levels can also lead to things like overeating, binge eating, which of course leads to weight gain and fat gain, all bad things that affect your testosterone levels very, very negatively. So what you've got to do instead to make sure that doesn't happen is relax. When you feel like tensions are high and you're getting stressed out, take a deep breath, calm down, and relax. Whatever is causing the stress in your life, try to minimize that as much as possible and just even completely eradicate it if you can. If you find yourself in a highly stressful situation, try to remove yourself from that situation as quickly as you can and just replace it with something more upbeat, something more positive. This could mean taking it out and channeling your feelings into a super focused workout. That's a really healthy practice that could relieve and reduce your stress levels while boosting your testosterone levels in the process. And sometimes it doesn't have to be anything physical at all. And it can take just a quick mental reset, kind of like rebooting your computer or phone when it's acting up, right? Repetitive, stressful situations in your life aren't just going to affect your testosterone, they're going to affect your overall health and your entire life. So try to reduce them as much as possible. If it's something that's not going to matter in 5 minutes, it's not something that's going to matter in 5 years. So just brush that crap off. Don't worry about it. Learn to laugh and move on. Number 4, one of the biggest things affecting people's testosterone levels is not getting out enough, not getting sun on their skin, not being in and feeling Mother Nature and the natural world all around them. Nearly half of the US population is deficient in vitamin D, and an even higher percentage of people have suboptimal levels that aren't very good either. This has a pretty significant effect on your testosterone levels, and you could probably see and feel it too. Just think about times where you've spent most of your time indoors and very little of it outdoors. Kind of like current times. Perfect example. A lot of us, practically all of us, right, have been stuck inside, cooped up, away from enjoying Mother Nature and soaking up that vitamin D from the sun. When you get that lack of outdoor activity, you tend to be more lethargic. Your drive to be active dips, and you basically are content with just sitting around and watching TV all day. Pretty much what everyone's been doing practically for almost this entire year, right? This sort of thing, this lack of getting out and getting sun on your skin, a lack of vitamin D, it drains your energy, it drains your drive, and it drains your testosterone as a result. So the best thing to do, get out, go outside, exercise outside. Yeah, you can take a vitamin D supplement, but nothing will ever beat just getting out and feeling that vitamin D penetrate you through the sun. Getting out regularly and being active outside is going to help boost your energy, boost your drive, and boost your testosterone as a result. So don't be scared of getting out of the house. It's going to help your health, not hurt it. So get out there. Sun's out, guns out, guys. Now, lastly, number 5, the 5th biggest testosterone killer out there is doing too much everywhere in your life. Working out too much, dieting too much, overworking yourself on these things, overthinking these things, and consequently unnecessarily stressing yourself out over these things. All big no-nos for high, healthy testosterone levels. Working out is good, but you don't want to overwork yourself. Dieting is good, but you don't want to be so meticulous, overbearing, and restricting with it that it becomes an unenjoyable chore that you hate. These things should be fun. They should feel rewarding. They should not feel like punishments. And unfortunately, that's how most people treat them, which is why most people fail them. And it's really all because of poor incorporation, doing too much. You don't need to do a lot, you just need to do enough. You've got to treat all of these things like medicine. All it takes is the minimum effective dose to see the right results. Any more than that, and it could potentially kill you. And overworking yourself is definitely gonna kill your testosterone. So what you wanna do instead is learn to rest. You've got to give yourself adequate amounts of rest. Good rest and good sleep is just as important for your health as diet and exercise, and it can have major effects on your testosterone levels. Of course, everyone has different ideal levels for amounts of sleep, but typically the general consensus seems to be that anywhere from 7 to 10 hours is the sweet spot for the best long-term health and testosterone levels. It's when you start to dip under 5 hours that those things really start to be negatively affected. So if you're having trouble sleeping and getting a good night's rest, I can tell you the best way to combat that is by minimizing and eliminating all the detractors we went over on this list, and instead increasing, implementing, and incorporating all the enhancers we went over in this list. So stop being lazy, start being more active, exercise, work out. Stop eating so poorly, start eating with a balanced structure. Stop getting so stressed out, start having more fun, stay in less, get out more. And when you start doing all of those things in the right amounts, you'll be able to rest easy at night. And that's it, guys. Those are the 5 testosterone killers you want to avoid and the 5 testosterone boosters you want to practice. Testosterone is one of the main drivers of physical changes, especially during your younger years in puberty, but having optimal levels throughout adulthood and older age is also important and essential. And having healthy levels of it isn't just important for muscle growth and overall body composition, but also for general health, reduction of disease risk, sexual function, and really just about everything else you could think of. So if you want to make babies and look shredded while doing so, these 5 do's and don'ts for testosterone management are definitely going to help you out with all that. These are all super simple, super actionable game plans you can start getting to right now. So get to it, get your test levels in check, and start making those gains, guys. And for even more superhero training tips and tutorials, make sure to check out the rest of the channel for dedicated muscle building and weight loss videos and playlists to help you stay on track with your transformation.